Yo, what's good, everybody? How y'all doing? This one I kind of wanted to just speak about just a hidden truth and something that a lot of people may not want to believe and accept, but in reality, what people perceive as Satan and God are really the same people. What you perceive as an angel and the devil is really the same energy. It's just coming to you, or you just experiencing it in two different forms. Going back to a continuum. You have hot and cold, but hot and cold are the same thing. You just experiencing it in different forms. So when you elevating yourself, you can't just do one side. When you are elevating yourself, you have to literally become whole. So becoming whole and complete involves being a master of not just the light side, but being the master of the dark side. You're not just content with just one side. Because when I just kind of look across just the so-called conscious community, you have a lot of people speaking about, oh yeah, meditate, I'm on my little vegan diet or whatnot, I'm doing this and that and the third, it's all love, but nobody is really speaking about my nigga Satan. Nobody is really speaking about the light that has descended into this physical plane and that is in a state of darkness. A lot of people fear the darkness. A lot of people fear Satan, but that's because you still looking at it from a religious belief. This is my nigga Satan and the demons and shit. These niggas not really evil. These niggas will really fuck with you even harder than the light side. The light side kind of wants you to, I ain't gonna say worship it, but the light side kind of needs your energy in order to exist. But when you in the dark side, it's really just on yourself. My nigga Satan not really asking nobody to worship him. My nigga Satan not really asking nobody to do nothing. That nigga Satan is really letting you know that Satan is your own self. You right now are Satan because you are that light that is descending into this earth plane. You just in a dark form. You have to know yourself. And this is where my nigga Lucifer come in. You have to really know who you are and change this darkness into your own personal light and really ascend. When you look at that little tree of life, my nigga Satan, you look at it in the Bible. It says that Satan is the ruler of this earth. Satan is the ruler of this kingdom of earth, and he really is. She really is, because Satan rules Malkuth, but it's not necessarily looking at it like it's something outside of you. It's letting you know that you yourself are the ruler of Malkuth, because Malkuth is none other than your physical body. This earth that you see out here, these trees, is nothing but a reflection of your physical body, as above, so below. Just like you see that sun up in the sky and it's shining and giving energy to the earth, that's the same thing for your soul, and it's shining and giving energy to your body. So you have to really get in touch with just your own inner light. And right now, your own inner light may be in a satanic so-called form. It may be in a hidden or in a cold form, but you have to just get in touch with it and stop fearing. The fearing shit is really for the weak. So you have to break free and start looking at everything in polarities, and you have to stop being afraid of struggling. You have to stop being afraid of putting in work. In this society, we live in a little microwave society. Niggas just want to do something real short and real quick and get something eternal, but that ain't really how shit work. You reap what you sow, bro. So as quick as you got it, that's as quick as you gonna lose it. But when you have to really deeply get in touch with yourself, and you really have to deeply go through a struggle, what you gain out of that is gonna be something eternal. So for those of us that's getting in touch with ourselves, we really are attaining an eternal victory. This knowledge of self that we are gaining, this connection of ourself that we are gaining, this power that is within ourselves that we are gaining, all coming from who people fear is Satan. It's just your own inner star. This is something eternal. So whether you die, whether you transcend, whatever happens to you, this power is never going to leave you, because you got it for yourself. Your salvation wasn't dependent on somebody else saving you. Your salvation wasn't necessarily dependent on a God judging you and giving you access to its heaven. When you die, when you transcend, you have power to create your own heaven. When you die, you transcend, you have power to create and live in your own reality. This is something eternal. Realize that everything you're going through is not necessarily for this earth. This earth shit is just a school. This earth shit is just a little classroom and experience for the whole universe, bro. Like, this earth planet is just one planet out of the infinite planets in this entire universe. So what you going through in this life, whether you die at 20, whether you die at 50, whether you live to be 1,000, this shit don't really mean shit, bro. Like, it's nothing. You can live for 1,000,000 years, and 1,000,000 years is a second in the eyes of God, in the eyes of the universe. So realize that what you going through, this shit really don't matter, bro. Like, we really not even living right now. We really are dead on this earth. A lot of y'all who call yourselves wanted to be Egyptian or whatnot, you know what I'm saying, really get in touch with what they was talking about. Them niggas was letting you know that this earth shit is really dead, bro. Even the Gnostics was talking about that shit. Like, right now we are in hell. We not even really living, bro. You not really living until you get out of this body and you transcend into the spiritual form. Just how I was speaking about the caterpillar and the butterfly. Right now on Earth, we are in our cocoon. You may be a caterpillar, a little human or whatnot, but the thing is, a lot of people don't necessarily change and you do the inner work of who they really are, so they keep doing the same thing, that little cycle or whatnot. But when you working on yourself and you gaining this personal power, you really are conquesting over your own lower self, bro. When you transcend, bro, you gonna blast out of this universe just like a rocket shit. You gonna blast out of this physical universe, bro, and go create your own shit. The spirits told me that, you know what I'm saying? So what you have to do is really stop being afraid of the struggle. Stop being afraid of what you perceive as darkness, because it's in the darkness that you get made. It's in the darkness that you really grow. And the darkness really teaches you the true bliss. You know what I'm saying? If you want to really be enlightened, you have to walk through the darkness and develop your own light. If you are always in the light side, if you're always being positive, you know what I'm saying, it's as above, so below. If you're always just being, wanting to be loving, wanting to be positive, wanting to, you know what I'm saying, have things comfortable, that's cool, but you'll never develop your own light. You have to move to a different reality. You have to move through and move to an unknown side. You have to move to a hidden side, so that way you can go create something new for yourself. Like, this is what's really real, like, you know what I'm saying? So you gonna have to go through the darkness if you want to get free and want to achieve that bliss state, because it's in that darkness where you get made and where you achieve that eternal victory, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So continue to just stay true to who you really are, to yourselves, and everything is really gonna flow in your favor. Like, you really straight.